Hey, don't forget, it ain't the first 48 with 60 minutes.
Cover the K, best not best. Even the score now, we need to score now. Back on that wall, when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make it feel it. You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked into Zone 32.
What's up, y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. We have most of us here tonight. My name is Jake. His name is Drew. His name is Will. His name is Trippy. His name is BT. Say what's up.
No.
Alright, that's fine. Anyway, so we got a draft class recap, and the Ravens made, I believe, all 11 of their picks. Wait, no, they made 10 of their 11 picks, if I remember right. So, full draft class follows. Y'all were around for last week with Malachi Starks because Drew freaked out and
Correctly freaked out.
Drew did not correctly freak out. Drew just decided to be impatient and not wait for the rest of the draft to unfold. Then after that, he had to eat his words. So apologize.
Had I known,
apologize to EDC.
I already did on Twitter.
You apologize to him.
I already did once. I'm not gonna do it again.
Yes, fucking do it again.
Had I known that EDC knew that Mike Green was going to be there at 59 and he didn't have to use 27 to get Mike Green, I would have been a lot happier with the Malachi Starks pick. I still think it was the wrong, there's a word that I want to use here that I'm not thinking of. It's the wrong philosophy to, build from the back end of your defense in, that you want to build from the line out. Like, that's just the correct philosophy. It worked out because for whatever fucking reason, nobody wanted to draft Mike Green. So EDC just knew that he was going to be there at 59. Ended up being phenomenal draft. Our first three picks were great. Everything after that was, you took high upside guys that I feel like, our athletes have a potential role on this team, but you're also not expecting them to step in and really give you production day one. So all in all, great draft. Mark Andrews is still on the team is really my only gripe coming out of draft day now. Obviously, when, we had the live round one reaction, I was not thrilled with Malachi Starks. I'll live with him now, but, we got Mike Green, so that's really all that matters. That's our Terrell Suggs 2.0. So I got what I wanted out of the draft. I'm sure you guys are happy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. The first 2 days after that, to me, I really didn't give a shit who we took because we had addressed the most, I think, important areas. The one important area was pass rush, but getting Starks round one was like a luxury BPA pick that turned out to be the perfect pick because we got the guy everybody wished we were taking in that spot. Who was mad about it. So it was just perfect. And then getting an offensive lineman, an interior offensive lineman, actually really a swing tackle, I guess, right?
He could play pretty much anything besides center, I would think, on the line. I don't want to overreact to a draft pick, but Mike Green at 59 might be the best pick in NFL history. It could potentially go down as that. The fact that you got a guy that was a top 10 talent, was not injured or something, that dropped his stock, and nobody fucking touched him until 59 is GM malpractice by the other 31 GMs. The fact that we got him is fucking amazing. I reacted the way that I did on draft night because I felt that, again, safety is not going to win us playoff games. But what will win us playoff games is, disrupting the passer, getting their face, forcing turnovers on their end. So I'm thrilled with how the draft went after round one. A lot of people are like, oh, did you learn to shut your mouth? Absolutely not. No. I will continue to say how I feel when things happen, but I'm glad that I was proven wrong, and proven wrong quickly. The first opportunity.
Yeah, well, and so not only, like you said, Mike Green at 59 is crazy, the value on that, but, the impact that Mike Green potentially has as a pass rusher, even as a rookie, and then Starks combined with that, you're talking about one of these drafts, we could be talking about
2
for a
for
long
one
time.
special.
Yeah, I mean, Starks was the best safety in the draft, and to get the best safety and potentially the best pass rusher without moving anything for it, not giving away anything, not trying to trade up, nothing, to get both those, that's
Hey
insane.
Drew.
Great
What's up?
impact. That's what we want.
What's up, Trippy?
Hey Drew, I'm upset with you, man.
Montana is trying to talk some shit again.
Michael
Hey
Montante.
Drew, I'm surprised, right? You
Yeah.
said Mike Green might be the best pick in Ravens, like the Ravens drafted in a while. I'm gonna say, give me the loot.
What am I missing here?
He's
Give me the
doing
loot. Hello, Justin
He-
Tucker off the
the
tee.
big-
So
the
instead
Biggie
of
reference.
give me the loop, he's using instead of
Loop.
give me the loop, just give me the loop.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, now you've put Tucker in a situation where like you can get rid of him tomorrow and it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So you have a kicking plan in place, and the reality is I don't think he's going to be here anymore. That might be wishful thinking on my part. I'm sure Montante said something fucking stupid about what's going on with Mike Green, but Mr.
Oh, yeah, he
Innocent, Mr. Innocent until proven guilty in here, preaching liberal ideals is fucking wild. So noted liberal enthusiast and Joe Biden supporter and Kamala Harris supporter Michael Montante. Everybody.
Yeah, he's actually one of the people who was controlling those drones that were being spotted over New Jersey that the Biden administration was trying to hide from the public.
Yeah, I mean, people forget, he just showed up with like $40,000 extra, and then all of a sudden the drone showed up. So, you do the math, you can follow the money.
Yeah, true.
I forget who the Jets got. They signed Donovan Edwards as an undrafted free agent. I was like, oh, that's a great pickup by you guys. But still, the Jets being the Jets. What do you say? This is dangerous slander.
This is dangerous slander.
I'm stuck between saying something mean back here or just, rolling with it. But I'm shocked every one of those words is spelled correctly. That's all. We will have to get Montante on the program eventually. Hopefully when we play the Jets. I'm hoping the Jets are like, 0-15 at that point. But
Donovan Edwards will be a great XFL player.
he's going to be the best player on your roster. But that's not saying much because the Jets kind of a lost franchise.
Absolutely.
Your CB1's a fucking loser. You have Justin Fields at quarterback. I don't know. It's not looking good for you in New York there. Better off in the Giants, so it's not all bad there. Yeah, I don't know.
What are we thinking about day three though?
I was actually really pleased with day 3. I spent most of the day watching it, and I was really pleased with it. One thing that I don't necessarily like is Harbaugh essentially trying to make Emory Jones Jr. a swing tackle or versatile offensive lineman. Positional value is a thing. Let the guy be a tackle.
Why would you want Emory Jones to be a tackle when you can slot him in as a starting guard?
Left guard.
The whole idea is to get Daniel Falele the fuck out of the starting rotation by any means necessary. And if that means devaluing the 91st overall pick and making him a guard instead of a tackle, I'm sold. So,
but then they took his teammate, an actual guard, later on.
I don't like that pick. His name closely resembles Grant's, so I'm not interested in that individual making the Ravens. But I do understand that, shit happens. But as many people as possible that you can put on that offensive line and give shots in training camp that, maybe unseat Daniel Falele as a starter, I am 100% fucking sold on it. So I don't care if you move Ronnie Stanley to left guard or right guard and you get Daniel Falele out of the fucking starting lineup. I'm in. If the lineup, if whatever the fuck they do at offensive line does not include 77, then I'm totally sold on it. So I very much disagree with your opinion that, moving a tackle to guard is bad value. I don't give a fuck about positional value, to be totally honest. And I think the day 3 guys that we took are all, high upside athletically. So, we also weren't in a position this year, which is weird for us, that we really had more than 3 glaring holes in our team. And so once you got into day 3 of the draft, you weren't trying to draft a starter and weren't trying to find a diamond in the rough that you need to contribute right away. Like that wide receiver that we took from Colorado, that Wester kid. I mean, everybody seems to love him, but also we're not expecting him to, like when we drafted James Prochet, people got all hyped on him because like we needed wide receivers, and he could have realistically slotted in as like a, wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3 at that point. Like now we're taking this Wester kid. He's got the upside as a returner, but also, he was a good receiver in college. Maybe he turns into something more in a couple of years, but you're not expecting him to come in and you don't need 50 catches and 600 yards and 5 touchdowns out of him to be a functioning offense, which is great. So you have all these guys who are, high upside athletically. You're really only looking for them to contribute on special teams to start. And then, maybe you get more out of it. So I'm very happy with our draft. I went from, I would say after we made pick 27 to until we were on the clock at 59, I was, pacing back and forth. I was like, is Green going to fucking fall to us or not? And he did. So after that, it was all gravy. That was the pick that made the draft for me. So I feel like we could have just forfeited our last, all of our J3 picks, and I wouldn't have cared. Like we knocked it out of the park first 3 picks.
Well, and we got Peebles, right?
Mm-hmm. That is
Yeah.
one angry motherfucker.
Yeah, and I mean,
Was that
I think he's an impact player rookie year, I think.
Okay, so I don't know if I want to be the guy to do this because this is more Spencer Schultz territory of, the Aaron Donald comparison. But if you look at, like, his combine and his size and, like, all the shit that he does, like, very similar to Aaron Donald. So,
well, and that means we're going to have two guys in that mold. So
right, and so I'm going to leave that take. If Spencer ever says that somewhere else, that's his take. That's his thing. He's allowed to compare any defensive tackle he wants to Aaron Donald, and that's his intellectual property. But I'm just saying that there are comparisons to be made between Pebbles and that guy and Aaron Donald. Was that I don't know what fucking app it was where he was like, "You pussies are going to regret not drafting me." Was that real?
it was real. Yeah, it was real.
It was real as a tweet on. Yeah.
100% confirmed real from him. Then I'm 100% in on.
I'm saying that the app is real.
The app is real, but was that really him saying it?
I think so, because then that account was deleted not that long after that.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't
The
know.
whole
He had
account.
the whole, Shador prank calling thing. Like, you got some hooligans
No,
out
I
there,
think that was because then he tweeted something very similar to that, but
yeah,
less
and then I quote
aggressive.
tweeted it and told him to shut up instead of fuck shit up.
Yeah, but I think like I am almost positive that was him on Real, and then he was like, "Oh, probably shouldn't have said that."
I mean, fuck it, dude. Let the people know.
Or Chad Steele showed up at his house with a knife.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I wonder how many GMs Chad Steele gave fake information about the Mike Green investigation they did and said, "Oh yeah, don't touch this guy. He's fucking bad news," just so that he would follow the second round. I have to feel like there was some kind of inside job here by the Ravens to make other teams scared of Mike Green. So shout out Chad Steele. I'm sure he was somehow behind that. So
he came with a bat.
Yeah, God only knows what he did, but I'm totally fucking sold because it got Mike Green on the team. So yeah, I don't know. This is a way different tone than we took on Thursday night, though. Well, me, but you, yeah, me.
Yeah.
I mean, look. One of us has got to do it. One of us has got to be the guy that sticks their neck out and has the hot takes, and it happened to be me. Every once in a while,
I got a text message that night, or the next day.
It was the next day.
It was the next day. I got a text message from Lacey DaCosta asking if Drew was okay. Like, honestly, inquiring about his well-being.
No, I was not okay, but
yeah,
I was okay after the Mike Green thing. It was fine.
He was like, "Is he going to be okay?"
Probably. I was not okay for a short window of time there, and then it became okay. Yeah, I got people fucking killing me for the draft takes too. Just why aren't you happy with this? I was like, because I'm not fucking happy with it. Like, what do you want from me? The amount of Ravens fans who are like, "Oh, you can't." God forbid you have a differing opinion from the majority. Like you're some kind of retard that they gotta like gang up on. I'm also not the one to do that, dude. So I feel like that was a bad use of people's time, being all fucking bent out of shape for me. How the fuck is this channel fucking frozen? Damn. I'm watching the Celtics in the background, so if I just randomly shout and I'm not having like a Tourette's moment, it's
Trippy said that it was going to be Magic in 7. Remember?
Yeah, it's not looking good for Trippy's take there, but Trippy is known on the podcast to have very bad Celtics because he told me like Mavs in 6 last year and that Kyrie was going to do some damage that didn't really. Oh,
it your motives to that. Same thing with you with Lakers takes though. So it's like I understand it. Which I mean, mind you, fuck the Lakers. All due respect to Trippy.
And also, in
Good people,
Trippy's
but
defense,
fuck the Lakers.
in
Respect to
Trippy's
the
defense,
Lakers.
he's a
Respect
real
to
Lakers
Trippy.
fan.
Fuck the
He's a
Lakers.
legit Lakers fan. He's not a Braun Dick rider.
He's not a bronsexual, as they call him.
Yeah.
You know, real
They do-
authentic.
Yep. It's all right. At least saying it. And it's funny, those Lakers in 5s takes from dumbass Shannon Sharp, he meant Lakers are going to get knocked out in 5. That's what he actually meant by that. He was playing 3D chess.
Shin Sharp's world has been falling apart recently, so it just makes sense.
Yep, completely.
Falling apart.
Correct.
He's stupid and wants to date teens.
Yeah, you know, PSA at Zone 32, we are not, you know, we don't like old men dating like 19-year-olds. It's not really a normal thing
That's
to
gross.
do. Bad things happen from that. So
Go date someone closer to your age, not someone who was born when you fucking retired from the NFL. You fucking creep.
yeah, and you know, same goes to Bill Belichick and his
Yep, that too.
his high-priced escort girlfriend.
Yep.
You know,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Glad to say allegedly in that situation, but I don't. You know, I would assume that will not be alleged. There are more important people than me looking at it.
There's more
There
specific
is a
details
lot of
coming out all the
people
time.
looking into that.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff and some darkness there that we as the general public do not know. So I don't know where that's going to go. It's not going to be fun for Bill. Also,
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go for it.
Like, is it just me? But like, do some of these fans bother y'all? Like, I'm in different group chats. Like, people mad at the Malachi Starks, hoping he a bust. Raven fans bitching about what jersey number this rookie should have, and this and that. Like,
Trippy,
do
is
it
this
matter
the
as long as the motherfucker on the team, right?
Is this the same group chat that I'm in with you, or is this a different one?
Yeah. With the YC.
Yeah, the YC. You got to understand that this has been like that chat has been together since like 2017, and so it's been.
I know that's what Hassan was telling me.
Yeah, it's been a long time of pain and suffering that we've gone through together. So, you know, they're a little bit more negative,
bro. Like
in private.
They was crashing out. They was like, yo. Especially the one dude, what's his name? Vontae. It sounded like he's from New York when he be talking. Like, yo,
easy. Dev's the Devin's our internet group, so we don't cross that.
No.
No.
All right. I still be trying to know who's who. I got you.
Yeah, he's.
Hey, yo, look, right. Long story.
Go ahead.
Long story short, real quick. Drew, look, right. I try to put this home run parlay in, but I guess when you got too many like legs and shit, you got to take people off. So I took Devers off, and I think he had a home run today. So I'm just waiting on Kyle Riley. Come on, Kyle Riley, lead me to the promised land.
AL MVP season coming into form for Rafael Devers. It was a rough start, but it's very much turned up in a good way for him. So, you know, I mean, again, Red Sox hit a lot of home runs tonight. The Orioles gave up a lot of home runs tonight. It's kind of like poetic justice. You know, I got my second round pick that I wanted. Everything seems to be coming up true. The Celtics are on a 15-5 run right now. Might actually win this game and close out the series. So,
who you think more sad, the Lakers or the Orioles fans?
Oh, it's going to be the Lakers. Actually, I don't know. You guys are both like just shell shocked by how bad your team is playing currently.
Both.
So, yeah, I mean, I do not.
Both is good.
I do not feel the least bit bad for Orioles fans because you guys have brought this on yourself. But you know, it's sucks. Mike Elias, you know, really fucked you guys. Good.
Hey, yo, look, my bad, real quick. I just want to say one more thing about the Orioles. You know what's funny? Tomorrow at 105.7, all the fans won't be calling, get Brandon Hyde out of here. At the end of the day, I feel like it ain't a Brandon Hyde thing. Like, look at the final score, 15-3. Okay, we know that the pitching is trash, but where the rest of the runs at? Like, the shit is sad, man.
I mean, the problem with Brandon Hyde and John Harbaugh, it's a lot of the same like issues from fans. I don't think if you fire Brandon Hyde, like your pitchers are all of a sudden going to turn into Cy Young winners, but you're going to change the attitude in that locker room, and maybe they'll stop sucking. You know, maybe you'll stop having your young supposed ace, you know, nursing injuries. Maybe more guys will want to play for the Orioles. They won't be, you know, miserable all the time. Baseball is a 162-game season. It's a long fucking grind, and you got to have, you know, people's heads got to be in it. And I feel like it's got to be tough to play for an analytics dweeb like Hyde. So I kind of get the fire Hyde thing and hope that it sort of shocks the clubhouse. Bigger problem is that your GM is a fucking moron.
Hey yo, hold up. Who was that? Will that made that tweet the other day was like, it's no way Mike Elias and EDC is very cool. Like, it's no way. Like, it's no way he was in the draft room 2 years ago or a year ago. Like, you know what I mean?
I never said anything like that.
Yeah, it was probably
you
probably
did tweet
Tom.
something like that.
I
Definitely
didn't.
Definitely
I definitely did not.
Oh my bad. Hey y'all, I'm sorry. Tribute don't want to get on Will's bad side when the Orioles lose. Go ahead and call me that. Go ahead and say, shut up, dummy. Go ahead, say dummy.
I'm confused what's happening right now. You accused me of tweeting something I didn't tweet, and now you're like acting like you're mad.
No, I'm talking about yesterday when we were supposed to do the show, and I was like, man, fuck the Orioles. He was like,
we weren't supposed to do the show yesterday.
Wow.
At no point was the show ever scheduled to happen yesterday.
I did say we should do it today. Or yesterday,
yeah, because you went to the game.
Drew tried to get it done yesterday, but it wasn't going to work for anyone.
Hey, Drew, maybe we might just have to start having like our own little hour space, an hour little recap.
Yeah, we gotta, when Will.
If you do that, just make sure that you
edition.
attribute tweets to people that they're actually things that they tweeted.
I mean, some Orioles fan somewhere said that, so it's okay that
it wasn't me. What the fuck you get to say? Oh, Joe, some Orioles fan. It wasn't me.
You remember when Trippy thought that Brian was some random guy on Instagram trolling him, and then I went and found the account, and it was just
came into the chat and said, "Fuck you, Brian." I was like, "Whoa, what's this about?"
Some other random guy named Brian with like a somewhat wilderness background. It was the funniest. It was the hardest I've laughed in so long.
It was just and the guy's like Instagram name was actually kind of similar to Brian's too, but it was not the same person.
Bro, I swear I thought it was the same person, bro.
Yeah, I feel like his Instagram handle was like Baltimore Sports, and then it was like him on a mountain.
Be more sports. Be more
like
sports.
him on a mountain as the profile, which is somewhat close to Brian from Twitter, but it was just fucking hilarious that happened. So
that was hilarious.
I guarantee you, some Orioles fan whose name is like Will tweeted something about Elias and or Elias or fucking.
But you know what though? I think Will right though. I think it was Tom that made the tweet, and I think Will just retweeted it. I think that's what it probably was.
You gotta understand.
It had nothing to do with this. I have no involvement in this at all.
If Will is retweeting Tom, there's a 75% chance that he's just trying to amplify Tom's tweet to get him bullied. So,
but no, I would never tweet anything that's certainly not recently. That's comparing Mike Elias and EDC. I don't want them linked at all.
No. Was it? I don't think it was like competitive. It was basically said like how the
I don't want them. I don't want their names attached to each other in any way.
How you cool with EDC and you're not like making smart moves like he do. You know what I mean? You bringing in these fucking Charlie Morton ass motherfuckers and fucking.
This reeks of a Ravens community tweet that Will's getting blamed for, and I love it.
I had no involvement in this. I'm telling you, I had nothing to do with it.
I'm now thinking we gotta investigate the tweet, and it's probably
Hey, Will, that's what I meant to ask you. Why would you tag me in that weirdo fucking tweet? You know I don't fuck with him. He's not even gonna answer your question, bro. We could bet our life on it. He's not gonna answer that question.
Trippy, if we win a Super Bowl and Marlon calls you up and says, "Hey, Trippy, I wanna bury the hatchet. You can ride on my I don't know what you duck boat, whatever the fuck they're gonna do." Will you go with him?
Yeah, I probably would. I think it'll make the flock community happy.
I think we got to do that. I think we got to have a Super Bowl championship.
Who's got the crickets?
Oh, I'm outsry. It's a cricket. My bad.
God damn, Trip. What do you live in the fucking lagoon?
Bro. First of all, I had to come outside because it seemed like every time I'm inside, it's like my service not working right. So I came outside. So chill out on the noise. I know Max will make sure it's good. My bad. Dang.
Zone 32 podcast featuring.
But anyway, hey Drew. So look, Drew, if I do that and we win the Super Bowl, that means you got to be on Rashad Bateman little boat.
Yeah, maybe Rashad and I can paint our nails and celebrate Super Bowl together. We'll get manicure, pedicure together, and design fashion.
There's a video I just saw from Kevin Ostrich.
Yeah, I saw that video from somebody else.
I saw that shit early this morning, bro.
Target.
Yeah, he's running routes at 6:12.
Yeah,
in the market, wow.
Wants to run routes in Target, but won't go run routes with Lamar.
This is supposed to somehow impress people. Like, okay, how about you run route to the fucking airport and fly to Florida and go run routes with your fucking quarterback, dude. That's what we've been telling you to do for 3 years.
Yeah, shocking. Fucking guy.
I mean, can we all agree, like, if you at least go paint your fingernails, like, can you at least paint them purple? I think
Right?
purple would be cool.
Yeah.
Or like
black purple, like a pattern or something.
Right, like, fucking match it to the team. Not some weird shit.
All right, put a Raven symbol on that motherfucker. Spell Ravens out with some shit.
Go out. Enough of this fucking home paint job. Go see a professional. Get that shit done. Make it look, respectable.
But yeah, by the way, I like that Webster kid though. He tough.
Yeah, people seem to love him.
No, Drew. Listen to me, Drew. Listen, I be having sources and stuff, bro. Yeah. That's a great pickup for us, bro. I think he can. I ain't gonna say he's gonna be a full starter or come in and contribute right away, but he's gonna work his way into that offense. Trust and believe.
Well, and he can return kicks, right? He's a good returner.
Yeah, and another thing, right? For all you Raven fans talking about, yeah, I'm happy he's here. He can replace Wallace and all this. Let me tell y'all, motherfuckers, something. Tylen Wallace never played returner until he got to the Ravens. I repeat. Tylen Wallace never played returner until he got with the Ravens. So I ain't gonna say I don't think he give a fuck, but I'm pretty sure he's trying to get on the offense. You know what I mean? Look at this, like he had one missed catch last year. So like, get that man some fucking offensive reps, man. I mean, we was doing it for Nelly. Eleanor.
Yeah, I mean, people forget we had this argument on the podcast, and Will finally had to agree that on a per target basis that Tylen Wallace is elite. So, just for clarity's sake, if you projected his per targets in the playoffs, he was very good. Will was not happy with that. Will would rather have Russell Gage or somebody else.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I know y'all disagree with the John Harbaugh, the Emory Jones thing, but I think that's pretty cool though, because
I agree with it. BT is the only one who is this positional value guy.
Yeah, BT, because look, BT, you got to look at it, right? BT, like,
yep.
The Alabama kid, he a project. You feel me? We don't know what he could do. He might could be a guard. He could be a tackle. The one dude, what's his name? Thomas Perry, the undrafted dude, bro. He can play every guy. Right. I feel like he could be the backup center. He could be a guard. Now tackle, I don't know about tackle. You feel what I'm saying? But you know how the Ravens is, bro. They like to bring in versatile offensive linemen, play two positions. You feel me? So I like that pickup. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm hoping he very versatile, whereas though he can pull real good and all that, whereas though we might just go ahead and put him in that left guard. You see what I'm saying?
See, the thing I have with versatile offensive linemen is if they've done it before in college, yeah, go for it, by all means. But if you have someone like Daniel Falele, who is a big motherfucker who is, I'm going to sound like Grant with this rant. But his footwork's not all the way there. He's just
Thank you.
there.
Good.
He needs to be at tackle and or possibly a blocker in the fullback position when you're doing like a power eye type ordeal.
Okay, so
the professional wrestling, he ain't got the feet to be like that.
Exactly.
Well, he been working out boxing.
Right, so to play devil's advocate here, though, like, we're talking, rookie camp and training camp versatility here to the point, like, you can see if this guy can do it in practice, and you can figure out if it's actually going to work in a game or not.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not talking that, like, I want Emory Jones to be a starting guard. I want you to try him there because I, again, will do anything necessary to get Daniel Falele out of the starting rotation. And I think that that's more the end goal for me here is not so much I care about positional value and any of that shit. Like, I just want the best 5 offensive linemen to be starting. And, I think you got Roger Rosengarten at right tackle. Like, I think he's pretty solidified there.
Yep.
You got Linderbaum at center, again, pretty solidified there. You got Stanley at left tackle, pretty solidified there.
Yep.
And so your openings that you're really looking for anybody to just pop and see what they can do is your 2 guard spots. So, give anybody a shot there because, again, you saw what happened with Falele there last year. Makari's gone, thankfully, but you, again, saw the havoc that got caused by having shitty guard play. So I'm looking for, significant upgrades there and try anything outside the box. Put fucking anybody there and see what happens. They can't be any worse than Makari. And the problem with Falele is he just doesn't fit our scheme. So,
no.
If you can find somebody who can fit our scheme better at guard, maybe they're not going to I don't know, be a traditional pass blocker as well as Flaley, or maybe they're not going to be traditional run blocker in terms of just winning like the one-on-one matchup right in front of them as good as Flaley. But if they can pull better than Flaley, like fuck it, do it.
I
There's
still
too many
believe the
times.
left side is going to be Voorhees, but as
I
far as
feel
the
like it's Voorhees' job to lose, but he could still lose it. You know what I mean? Somebody
yeah,
comes
well,
in and plays better
absolutely,
than him, then give it to him.
absolutely that's right. But as far as the right side goes, I'm thinking probably either the guard that we just drafted or Ben Cleveland, our starting right guard.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, again, you just got to give these guys shots and see what they can do.
So basically, it sounds like y'all only problem with Falele is his footwork. Now, what if he been working on his footwork this year though?
So
What if he come
here's the
out
problem
better?
here's the problem with Flaley is that Flaley is, what is he, 6'8", 400 pounds? He's a
Yes.
big motherfucker. He's not built to be a nimble, athletic pulling guard. And I feel like if you had Flaley lose weight and become more mobile, he's then going to lose the ability to block. And so,
Yes.
no matter how he shapes his body and how he works on his footwork, like, I don't think he's cut out to be a guard in our scheme. And
Falele is
Well,
a
I got
tackle.
faith in him. I got faith in him.
I mean, look, he could fucking prove me wrong and fine. Like if he did play better for stretches last year. I just think if you're looking at our offensive line, that's the clear weak spot. I think the two guard positions are the clear weak spot because you have basically an unknown at left guard. Voorhees looked fine in small doses last year, but again, you didn't get a full season sample size out of him. And Falele looked good at times and looked fucking lost it. And so if you're looking to upgrade anything on the line, I don't think it's going to be Roger. I don't think it's going to be Ronnie. I don't think it's going to be Linderbaum. So you got to be looking at those two guard spots. And whoever plays the best, just fucking plug them in and go. I feel like last year we came into the season with, Falele ordained as the right guard and Makari as right tackle. And we were willing to back off of the Makari at right tackle thing because Voorhees got hurt and they felt like Makari was also the best left guard on the roster, which gave Roger the chance to start. And then he held that spot down. But they never really evaluated what Falele was doing at right guard. I feel like there were better options on our roster to play right guard last year. I feel like there are better options on our roster right now to play right guard over Daniel Falele. And all I'm asking is that John Harbaugh takes a serious look at the offensive line and does what's best for the team. And maybe Daniel Falele is the best option at right guard. I don't think he is. I'm also not the coach. So, if he's going to make that decision.
I think the Thomas Perry kid, I think I like him. I think he can.
I love the D3 story. It's cool, Nestcat kid. But I don't know, I don't know what he is because he was beating up on a bunch of fucking kids who are like taking accounting jobs now. And,
he was doing this thing in the Senior Bowl too, so that's why I got faith in him.
Yeah, he looked great in the Senior Bowl. Again, that's like a 1 week, practice kind of deal. So, like, does that translate to the NFL? I don't know. Maybe. I would love to see it translate to the NFL because it's a cool fucking story. But like, again, you could plug pretty much fucking anybody in at that right guard spot. If they're good, I'll fucking back them. At the end of the day, I don't particularly care about narratives and how much somebody costs and what pick they were used. Like, I want the 5 best guys that we have playing offensive line. Enough of the nonsense and the developing guys and shit. Like, we're not in a window where we should be developing talent at right guard and at left guard. For 2026. Like, I care about 2025. I want to win in 2025. So let's just fucking pull all the stops out and win.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. What about the cornerback? You see we drafted 2 corners. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I mean, they're,
I like the Rucker kid.
Yeah,
I like him.
I like his name. Longer Beam's cool last name. So,
Pause.
Again, just give them a fucking shot. See what they do. Again, Jalen Armour-Davis is on the roster and can't do shit. So, are they better than Jalen Armour-Davis? Then give him a fucking roster spot. If not, then cut him.
I hate to say it because they my guys, but I feel like he's under Armour Davis. He's on the bubble. David Ajabo, he's on the bubble.
That Ajabo Green duo pass rushing is going to be something special.
That is going to be.
It's going to be like Hutchinson and Ajabo.
Yeah, just book it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new Suggs in Doomerville is Ajabo and Mike Green.
Hey, yo, you know what's crazy, though? Remember I did the tweet, right? Because, like I said, I wanted Mike Green, but I just felt like with all the red flags and shit, it was no way we was getting them. And then still be able to get Malachi Starks, the original number 1 pick I wanted, and then get Mike Green. I'm looking at it like, damn, that's tough, but a couple days ago before the draft, I said I don't want no pass rusher unless he like Terrell Suggs. And there was people arguing, talking about, well, Terrell Suggs. What I was saying basically is like, you know, when Terrell Suggs came in, he won what, Defensive Rookie of the Year, and it wasn't just a right. Yeah. And no, it was his first year. He won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and then Defensive Player of the Year after that, I think.
Yeah, but my thing is, it wasn't just about pass rushing. I liked about him. He could play a little coverage. You feel me? He could set the edge, and that's what I was saying. Like, I just don't want no project, because you know how the project is. He might be a project at rushing the quarterback. He might be a project at rushing the edge. But Mike Green, I feel like he could do all that shit. So
right, he's not. That was my biggest concern when we were picking at 27. Is that there's not a lot of guys that come out every year that are just, you know, pass rushers that are ready to step in and get to the quarterback, that they don't need some kind of seasoning on them. And I felt like Mike Green was that guy, and I felt like Ezraku was that guy. And, you know, we got one of them, so we're good. Like, but at the time I was like, these guys don't fucking grow on trees. Like, you just need somebody that's going to come in and do their fucking job and get to the quarterback. And I feel like we got one. So I'm happy with that. You know, I had a whole thing ready if we didn't take a pass rusher where, you know, the doomsday scenario of Harbaugh's not going to starts until like week 8 because of how he treats rookies that are coming in at like a deep position. But I don't have to go through that now. You know, no, Malachi Starks can come on as slow as they want him to come on. You know, hopefully Mike Green takes that job day one in camp, and we're just good to go. You know, defense is going to be great again.
Let's my bad, not to cut you off. Let's rewind it back real quick, because it's crazy how we talked about all these offensive linemen that we drafted and shit, but we forgot somebody. The other LSU guard, what's his name?
I just mentioned him not too long ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't hear that, but yeah, I think he might have a chance too.
No, name's too close to Grant, so he's not going to be good. He's dead to rights coming in. That kid's never going to succeed. Grant's not here to defend himself, so I can say this kind of stuff. That's also the underreported part of me being unhappy with Malachi Starks. I said it very clear on this podcast that my biggest gripe with it was that Grant was happy with the pick. Nobody wants to give me credit for, you know, being honest, that it was total bias, that I didn't want Grant to be happy. That was the majority of my beef. So, again, just want to say it again. People whose name sounds like Grant, people who look like Grant, people that make Grant happy, I'm not in. No, I'm out.
I mean, I don't want to speak too soon. I'm hoping he can come in as like a little Ed Reed, like a mini Ed Reed. Now, when I'm saying that, I'm talking about like you feel me, find the ball, get the ball like a ball hawk. You feel me? Because I feel like that'd be like a plus right there. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what we need back there.
The farther that Will Johnson fell, the more I was like, dude, I didn't want secondary, but like we might have to go get this guy because that's what he is. He's a playmaker. He goes and gets the ball, and like we don't have that on defense. We have a lot of guys who are very good at playing their position in the secondary, but not a lot of guys that force turnovers in the secondary. I mean, what did Marlon have? 5 picks last year, and that was like totally out of character for him. I mean, he was, you know, he was the fruit punch guy early on, and was punching the ball out and forcing turnovers. But he was never an interception guy. And then last year, he just figured out how to be the interception guy. And like, we need more of that, especially in the playoffs too. Mm-hmm. Is this Jabo, our fucking Chiefs fan friend that keeps commenting, or I can't read what he's saying? It's too far away from me. But
no, not the same.
No, not the same. What do you say?
But, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, we've been looking for someone to fill that void that Ed Reed has.
Bro, we're talking about Kendrick Lewis, fucking Marcus Stewart, Darian Stewart, fucking
Chuck Clark,
fucking no disrespect to him, but I feel like he was just up in age at that time. Eric Weddle, like he still was like, you know, got the ball, this and that, but he was just, you know, a little up in age at the time. Who else? Fucking Earl
Thomas, we paid a ton of money to be the next Ed Reed. Like, yeah, we've been missing
Earl
that
Thomas.
Guy. We have Kyle Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to me, I was like, you know, I want that guy on the defensive line. I want that Terrell Suggs. We haven't had that Terrell Suggs since Terrell Suggs left. And really, we didn't have him, you know, for the last couple of years there because he was old. You know, Matthew Judon wasn't that guy. Adafe Owe is not that guy. Kyle Van Noy is not that guy. You know, we don't have that fucking pass rusher.
The last true pass rushers we really had, to be honest with you, was Demerville and Suggs. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Can't really
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. G-Dog, he did this. I mean, he was okay. Zadarius Smith, they was okay, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Plus, I guess it was in the system they was playing in too, but I mean...
The problem with, like, Judon was that he'd fucking, ball out for a game, and he'd put up 3 sacks, and you're like, this is the fucking guy, and then he'd go missing 5 weeks. And, he was never consistent. He was never putting up numbers every week. You were never afraid of him, being a game wrecker every week. And I feel like, Mike Green could be that guy. And Mike Green being that guy only makes Matabike and Owe and Vanoy and Ajabo and Tavius Robinson and Travis Jones and all these guys, it only makes their job easier. So I'm, fucking totally in on that. Like, we need that. We need that guy that, other teams are going to be afraid of, that other teams are going to have to game plan for. We need that Myles Garrett, that Micah Parsons, that, Khalil Mack, Max Crosby. And I hope Mike Green is that guy. It's still fucking wild to me that all these teams fucking passed on him. And I get the red flags, you can fucking keep tweeting about them, but, like, it's been 3-4 years since some of those things happened. No charges filed,
Yeah, because I was reading up on it. I didn't know his last incident was at Virginia. That's why he transferred. I thought something happened at Marshall, but see, he was good at Marshall, right?
Yeah,
so
and he even said, and again, this is from him, so because nobody talks about it. Like, again, it's not like a publicly known thing, but he said he left Virginia because he felt like he didn't want to be there anymore, and it was an anonymous complaint against him. And he just felt like he was being treated differently by the program. It wasn't like he ran away from legal troubles. It was, I don't feel welcome in here anymore, so I'm going to go somewhere else. So I don't know. I mean, the kid's saying all the right stuff. The Ravens said a lot of stuff about him, in terms of spending time with him and doing their own investigation. And I want the kid to succeed. I know one person who's a huge Marshall super fan, and was stunned when these allegations came out, was singing his praises to me, saying that you're never going to get him at 27 because he's going to be gone top 10 and all this shit. And then that came out, and now, we got him at 59. That's fucking crazy. So I don't know. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. And like I said, I hate the choir boy image that we put on. And so if you're going to, I think this is a guy that it's worth gambling. It's a guy that hasn't done anything for a couple of years. It's a guy that, you've done your due diligence on and you're comfortable taking. So I'm happy we did that. I'm happy we, put the research behind it, trusted the guy, and we'll see what happens. Maybe it fucking blows up in our face. I don't know, but
I hope both of them. I hope Starks and Green can come in and contribute day one. Look like some true. I ain't gonna say vets, but they've been out there for a while. Cause I feel like. I just want to see the defense be more fast and violent. We heard Zach Orr say last year, fast, violent. But I felt like they was just missing a couple pieces. Marcus Williams wasn't an answer. Eddie Jackson wasn't an answer. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Well, absolutely. You're right about all that, Trip. But we got a few moments till we got to do our hard stop. Any final words from any of the council?
Mike Green's a fucking Raven. You guys are all fucked.
Malachi Starks.
Yeah, Mike Green. Fuck no. Not really fuck Malachi Starks. It's not his fault.
Overall, we had a very solid draft class.
Yeah, I mean, we've really gotten Malachi Starks and Mike Green at 27 and 59. That's fucking absurd.
I mean, it was essentially the same thing with Kyle Hamilton and Lindy, so.
Yeah, those both worked out great, so you guys are all in trouble.
Yeah, but they was both first rounders, though. To get Mike Green in the second round, that's
But still, it's given that same vibe.
Yeah, it's just, we filled a position of desperate need with Mike Green at 59, and we got the ultimate luxury pick at 27. And the league let it happen again. You guys keep doing this. Everybody keeps complaining about it. You got fucking Wale the rapper crying about it on Twitter. You got all these people being like, "How the Ravens keep getting away with this?" We keep getting away with it. Eventually, it's gonna work. We're gonna win it. You guys can all cry about it afterwards, but this has got to be the year. We just got to do it. Get over the hump. Fucking fuck the Chiefs up. Fuck the Bills up. Beat whoever the fuck comes out of the NFC, and let's get a ring.
That's factual. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's installment. We'll be back to discuss this, that, and the other, and whatever may. Meanwhile, it's time for me to die. Oh!
Zone 32.